Assalamu alaikum. Today with us is Dr. Muhammad Javed. He's an associate professor at the SIMS Services Institute of Medical Sciences. Also, he's the fellow of Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons in Glasgow. Apart from being a fellow at the कॉलेज ऑफ फिजिशियन एंड सर्जन इन पाकिस्तान 30 साल से ये डॉक्टरी के शोबे से मुंसलिक हैं, मेडिसिन से मुंसलिक हैं. और आई वुड लाइक टू से दिस है दैट he's an enigma as far as I am concerned, a paradoxical enigma where he is the child of God marrying science. So please shed some light on that.
I don't know from which angle you are introducing me this way, but for the last 32 years since I got graduated in the medical science, and after passing my MBBS and starting my house job, I always prayed to Almighty that I am sure you have sent down the cure of every deadly disease. So please tell me and disclose it to me. I will spread it free of cost. This was my promise to him, or maybe my free incentive from my side, from a doctor, a young budding doctor, to the Almighty Allah, that I will spread it free of cost, without knowing too much delicacies, religious as well as social. You may say it was a prayer or a wish of a innocent mind, which was quite true for any empathetic doctor. And this empathy every doctor is having in his heart. That's why they are into the field of medicine. So I started my career with this prayer continuously, daily. While saying my mandatory prayers, I always used to say this prayer to Almighty secretly. It was a secret between me and my Allah. So time passed by, and almost after 8 years, in 99, I accidentally got a needle prick from a lady who was suffering from PCV pneumonia due to AIDS, and she was also having hepatitis B and C virus in her blood, and all the 3 deadly viruses were in my blood. In next 6 months, they were all positive, and next 2 years were horrible for me. I was having 2 kids at that time. Third was on his way in her mom's womb, and it was only 4 years of my marriage when I was seeing a dead end, and having no answer from allopathy or any field of medicine or any alternative or medicine or faith healing or everything I tried. Then accidentally, same way, I came across this therapy, and this great old man, very, I would say, a social worker, very empathetic healer, Sayyid Makhdoom Safdar Ali Bukhari. Media called him Peer Kakitar. It was a derogatory name because he was sitting, and although he was one of the descendants of the Prophet Muhammad, his lineage, but he left his all the business and property and family, and in certain you can say phase of his life, he came to this red light area or Hira Mandi of Lahore, and he usually say to the people who were coming to see the dancing girls or mujra, and maybe the sex slaves, to tease them or to enjoy them, and whatever usually in these areas is happening, that was going on very next to the largest mosque of Lahore, the Badshahi Mosque. It is there for more than 300 years since it is built by Aurangzeb Alamgir. But this sex slave trade was going on there for maybe 200 years or 300 years, and no Islamic or non-Islamic government ever eradicated or thought about them. So this man sat over there amongst them, and usually to the visitors he usually say, "Kabhi kaki tadi hai, kaki tado," and usually he say to them, "Watch her dancing feet, and you will be cured from whatever sickness you are suffering from." And it was a very strange suggestion. Um you can say they were already sinful people who are coming over there with guilty minds. So such a suggestion or mental suggestion was a psychological attack on them, and that's why many of them started getting cured. Media took it lightly, and they propagated him as a trickster, as a blasphemous person to the religion, because how he can say the cure will be from a dancing girl's feet, the rays or the waves generated by that dancing girl. So they criticized him, and they asked many religious mullah and issued many edicts of fatwas of kufr even on him. So later on, after 10 years, he left that place after cleaning that. This area no more exists there. There is a food street now there after 300 years. And more than 300 girls, they got married. That is a separate story, how he convinced the other party, and why they are still living happy lives and pious lives and out of that trade. But when I met him, he was just suggesting at that time no more that dhamal therapy or music therapy. Now he was suggesting this, the ultimate remedy, or listening of this illustrious chapter of Quran, 55th chapter, the Surah Rehman, in the voice of late Egyptian Qari Sheikh Abdul Basit Abdul Samad. In his voice, he suggested to all the patients of any disease to listen it with closed eyes, with more concentration and submission. He always says, surrender to your Lord, be zero in front of him, and just listen it like a one-day baby listens. And just listen it 3 times a day for 7 days, and keep a half glass of water there. And each time after listening, it hardly takes 20 minutes. Each time after listening, open your eyes, take that cup of water in your hand, close your eyes again, and clean your heart with extreme love. Say 3 times, Allah, 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 or God, 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 or whatever you call your creator. With extreme love, say 3 times in your heart, and then take 3 sips of that water. After finishing the water, open your eyes. So you have to do this therapy only 3 times a day for 7 days. After 7 days, you continue that 1-minute meditation of taking half glass of water, closing your eyes with extreme love 3 times, calling your creator, and then taking 3 sips of water and opening your eyes. Continue only that water therapy, but stop listening that Surah Rahman, and you will be cured. It was very strange as a doctor for me how it can be. And after 22 years, I am living, sitting in front of you people with all the tests negative, no residual diseases or any traces of those viruses. So on that particular day when I met him, he took a promise very lightly. If you get cured, will you tell it to the others free of cost? I just thought for a minute, and I said, why not? And he said, this is the answer to your last 10 years prayer.
Your secret prayer.
Your secret prayer that you were asking your Lord. The Quran is Shifa, and Shifa is from your Lord. The Quran is cure, and cure is from your Lord.
Absolutely.
You, as a Muslim, you may take it like a kind of preaching or convincing others, but it is beyond that. It is not some kind of preaching.
You're a doctor, yes, and you do speak of a certain part of Quran which is a part of our religion, and although you do not preach religion, but you are telling a method of treatment which does include a part of Quran. So how are you received on both sides of the I would say both sides of the lines, like your medical colleagues, how do they receive you after that, and how do the I wouldn't call them the religious part of our society, but people who do claim to have some hold on that, how do they receive you, both the sides?
Initially, I got the bashing from both the sides. And now, slowly and gradually, after 22 years, and the patients, the subjects who got cured, they are in front of them, and most of them are themselves patients, and they got cured. So now they have to think on it, that how they got cured, and especially non-Muslims, they got cured. So the Muslims should think how they got cured. So all those who were either champions of allopathy or champions of religion,
both have bowed down.
They started to accept it as a, they say alternative medicine or faith healing. Sometimes this is beyond faith healing, because non-Muslims also get cured. So
their faith
it is beyond that field. And now they take it as the ultimate remedy. It's a kind of remedy. I'm not preaching religion. I am myself not a very good Muslim or a very practicing Muslim. I'm a very sinful person. But as a doctor, yes, I am a practicing doctor. And I'm still practicing allopathy. I'm still practicing critical care. But wherever my critical care have no further answers, or I have no further any remedy or drug or methodology offered to my patient, I still offer this to my patients, and most of them happily accepts it. And the miraculous results are there.
So you're causing fireworks on both ends of the spectrum.
I'm just fulfilling my promise. So I'm just trying to fulfill my promise. So the rest of the results are up to Allah and between His creatures. It is between the Creator and the creature.
So I've heard that there's a title that you wear very honorably on your chest, the Pagal Doctor.
Ah, the mad doctor. Actually, the day I entered his room, I was. The door was half open. My one step was inside and one was outside. He just looked at me and he said, "Oh, Pagal doctor aaya hai." The mad doctor came. So I was a bit surprised and a bit not very much happy on it. That what is this way of greeting someone? But later on, I loved this phrase, and it is from him, and I love it.
And you went with honor. So with this title, are you creating pagals or are you fixing pagals?
Pagal, or you can say insane.
Yes.
Or mad.
Eccentrics maybe.
We all are insane in certain parts of our life, on certain issues. We cross limits. We are below average or above average. So in certain cases we are mad at someone, or sometimes on our own selves. So I am madly in love with the mads.
Okay.
And love is the cure.
Very comprehensively put. That's a beautiful thing to say, because I feel that the mad, either the diagnosed mad or the perceived mad, either ways, are the most looked down upon pieces of our society, and the way they're left to rot. No one really comes after them. The way they're left to rot. कि ये तो पागल ही है. ये तो बस अब अल्लाह लोग भी उसमें word use होता है. But there is a strata of society which I think falls slightly lower than them. And because I belong to it gender-wise, so I am going to ask you this. क्या इस्लाम औरत को इज्जत और रिस्पेक्ट देने के लिए ही लाया गया था? That was one of the slogans of Islam, जब इस्लाम लाया गया. और आज, after thousands of years, when I go on the road in my car, and if my window is down, rolled down, खुदा ना खास्ता, मेरे कानों में आज भी औरत जो है वो मर्दों के बीच की, चाहे वो कैजुअल बात हो, चाहे वो लड़ाई हो, वो उन गालियों की कैद से आज भी आज़ाद नहीं हुई. वो गाली माँ और बहन की ही है. हमने कभी बाप या भाई को, या तो वो ऑनरेबल इनफ नहीं है, आई डू क्वेश्चन दैट, कि क्या बाप और भाई ऑनरेबल इनफ नहीं है, या हमारा ऑनर हमने फिक्सेट ही औरतों पे ऐसा कर दिया है कि व्हेन आई एम सिटिंग विद माय चिल्ड्रन, आई लिटरली consciously roll up my windows कि वो जो फुहुश कलामी चल रही है बाहर, बाज़ दफ़ा मजाक में और ठट्ठे में, बाज़ दफ़ा गुस्से में, उसमें औरत ही निशाना बनेगी. How far have we come as a society in that regard?
I think, to be honest, honor belongs to ladies. आपने कभी सुना नहीं होगा कि मर्द की इज्जत लुट गई है.
जी बिल्कुल.
ऐसे ही है. It is, they always say someone molested the lady or dishonored her.
Yes. And honor killings as well.
Yes,
That term
and
is
honor
specific
killings,
for women.
or dishonored the lady or raped her.
Yes.
You never heard that someone dishonored the male.
No.
So honor belongs to the ladies. And when, as far as the abuses are concerned, why they are motherfucker or sisterfucker or like that, because when you are fighting, you hit the other person where it hurts him the most. So these abuses are the below the belt hits on their honor.
Yes.
So basically honor belongs to the ladies.
Is that a curse or a privilege?
Sorry to say, few ladies themselves are involved in it.
Yeah, of
And
course.
the part of ladies is also there. But yes, with all the regrets, Islam definitely and our Prophet definitely gave too much stress on giving honor to the ladies and equal rights or respect and real respect, and he did this by practice. He showed it by practice.
Absolutely.
And even his last message was, take care of your ladies. The first question will be about them. So how much he warned us, but we are yet not ready to take that warning, and we are casual about that. And this actually anyone with the power is actually in a big test from Allah, our Creator. So any kind of power, so whether it is camera power or media power, or it is legal power, or armistic power, or government power, or bureaucracy power, whatever, or religious mullah's power, whatever. Same is true for the malehood power.
Yes.
So it is basically a test, and this shows you that it really reflects your real character.
Yes. Indeed.
And your real relation to your Lord. If you are God-fearing, and if you know that I am having this power only through my real Creator and the real omnipotent and the final authority, and I am just a puppet, so we should be humbled and we should be respectful to the others as well. And that's the only way to gain the respect. You cannot gain the respect with power.
Absolutely. So this might be a prickly question, but and as I have seen Osho, I have seen Rasputin, and mostly the male spiritual leaders, or the male who call themselves spirituals or otherwise, they have a daunting percentage of female following. Is it because women are emotional and stupid? Or is there a deeper truth to it? Even Gandhi, I've seen some of his pictures where he's leaning on two women, and I'm sure that physically men are more capable of supporting his fragile body. So what is the logic behind this? And I also see with you,
I was waiting this part of question.
With you and with Peer Kakita Rahmatullah alayh, that women flocked them the most. Is there a deeper dimension to this, or women just being their emotional foolish selves?
As far as Gandhi's pictures or Osho and other examples you gave and other spiritualists, one angle people say that the ladies are the real powerhouses, spiritual powerhouses. So these spiritualists extract or absorb their energy or take their energy for their own charging,
Okay.
and that's why they are spiritually so strong.
Okay.
Another angle is that it's nothing but the lust, the male and female relation, or like that. Or they became Rasputin,
Yes.
or
Who influenced
sex
the whole
gurus,
Russian Empire.
or Herculeses, and that's why the ladies are after them. This is the average thinking.
Yes.
I personally found, rather I will say a simple question, out of males and females, who are more oppressed?
Women, for sure.
Obviously, women. So, Mazloom Tabqa.
Bilkul.
So, they are more oppressed. At the same time, even if they are married and they are maybe moms of 4, 5, 6 kids, they are still searching for
Love.
true love. The true love, I would say, is unconditional
Yes.
and respect
Oh, yes.
and
Yes.
acknowledgement
Definitely.
and reciprocation,
Absolutely.
which we males most of the times lacking and taking for granted, and we are not that much expressive.
Yes.
Although this is a separate debate that love should be expressed or not, it's a separate issue.
Right.
It's a feeling and it should be felt,
Yes.
few people say. But certain stages you need to be expressive and you have to express it.
With grave consequences.
You have to be careful in every aspect of life. But that's why this oppressed section of society,
Yes.
they flock around any such healer or spiritualist,
Yes.
or a social worker or an empathetic person, whosoever listen to them with empathy,
Yes.
whosoever do not take them like as a body.
Yes. That is so important.
I many a times, this is not self-praise, I many of the times, from the learned ladies,
Yes.
from very educated ladies, or maybe even married girls with mothers of 2, 3 kids, they expressed at various moments that I am surprised that why I am feeling more secure
Yes.
around you, with you. I am not feeling that much secure even with my father or brother.
That's a huge thing to say.
And some of them sometimes wept. They say, even on the Eid day, I stopped embracing my loved ones because I never felt comfortable, somehow or the other. Certain very grave stories are there, no need to disclose it over here. Incest is everywhere, and humans are the best creation on the planet Earth. At the same time, if they do not recognize them, they go to the lowest one as well. So, this oppression, continuous humiliation, and maybe molestation or manipulation, first make them sick, psychologically as well as physically.
Yes.
If they found a healing source or a healer or a unconditional love where nobody is asking them for their body, for
Anything in return.
anything in return,
Yes.
obviously it has its own gravity and it has its own pull and magnetism.
Of course.
So that's why maybe the oppressed are more around such people.
So I deduce from your statement that in the current world, which seems to be brimming with cruelty and pain and unkindness, kindness still stands
Hypocrisy.
a chance.
I would say hypocrisy.
Yes, absolutely, hypocrisy.
Yes.
So kindness still stands a chance, you say. Because as a mother, I find it increasingly hard to motivate my children to do the right thing. Because they see the children, doing not very right things, getting away with all the rewards and thriving, and they're very successful, and at times they're famous in the school, they're popular and everything. So it becomes increasingly hard for me to motivate them to stay on the right path, do the right thing, do the good thing, because it's becoming very hard to show them a living example of good wins at the end. Even in Karbala, if you look at it from a worldly point of view, it was a defeat. So,
and especially in the last 2-3 years,
yes,
or maybe last 30 years,
yes,
right from Chechnya, Bosnia,
yes,
Iraq,
yes,
Sham, Libya,
yes,
Yemen, and now Palestine.
now Palestine.
So, especially this Palestine issue, now it is very difficult, you are right, very difficult to convince the young ones that do the right thing and you will be winner, and Allah is on your side or Creator is on your side.
Yes.
It is very difficult, especially when the videos are coming of the young kids. This is very difficult to convince them or answer their very bitter questions. And I can say the humanity is at its peak of hypocrisy in this era. Before that, there were believers and there were non-believers. But now it is everywhere hypocrisy.
The
Munafiqeen. It is hypocrisy, even within the Muslims and all the other faiths. They are using the Lord just for their own sakes. They are using the UNO or human rights commissions and the media and everything only for their own personal propaganda machines and for their own personal gains. And this democracy and free and fair elections and Human Watch and watchdogs, they are all dogs.
Yes.
I'm sorry to say.
A big facade.
I'm sorry to say. So this everything got exposed in last few years, and this COVID era, and whatever this vaccine issue happened, and everything is in front of the young kids. Now this is era of this fast information available to each and everyone. At the same time, true and false info. So everything is there, and slowly. We are losing faith not on Creator. We are losing faith on our own self.
On each other and ourselves.
Yes. This is the biggest. This is the biggest loss, and the biggest curse, and the biggest punishment to the humanity. We are no more humans.
Absolutely.
We are no more insanity. We are no more humane. It's insanity everywhere.
It is.
So that's why the young kids, as far as your question is concerned, I will still say that rather than lecturing them or bulldozing them with education, try to train them by example. It's the training part is lacking. So practice the still positive characters in front of them. The kids are, especially below 7 or 7-8 years, till the age of 7-8 years, they are just copying the things like monkeys. They are just copying the things. They are copycats. So what they see, they will do it. Hardly 1 or 2 years kid, if you are playing every time on your phone, they will try to grab it, and then they will learn it so fast, more than faster than you. So how they are learning this? Just looking at you, and then this urge is in them because they want to do the same whatever everyone is doing. That's this monkey in your behavior. So this becomes a fashion for them, whether it is good for them or not. So if you want to inculcate the good things in them, you have to practice the good things at home, in front of them, in school and in society.
They're leaves me with a lot of self-accountability.
Yes, you have to
I'm sure
train
to.
them. You have to train them.
I
बच्चे
will be.
नकाल होते हैं, तो आपने जो उन्हें सिखाना है उनके सामने करें, वो कॉपी करके सीखते हैं, वो चलना सीख लेते हैं आपको देख के, वो खाना सीख लेते हैं. 1.5 साल, I think it's hardly 1 year kid, he stops taking feeder from you, he will go for grab for the butter or whatever you are taking. He will say, give that thing to me, whatever you are eating. So hardly till 5, 6, 7 years you can train them in this way. So inculcate the good attributes to them, appreciate the good gestures and good steps of others in front of them, and that's how you can train them, and at the same time slowly teach them. Still the world is going so fast, you have to cope with it. So keep the debate open at homes. Do not force religion to them.
You have to be their friends. You cannot just be this authority figure where yes is yes and no is no. And there's no black and white anymore either around them as well in the environment. So the grey is there, and you have to help them decode the grey to the best of their ability and to the best of your Allah's tawfiq for you.
Yes.
I came across this a sermon of Maula Ali in one of his khutbahs where he says that the last zamana, the last times will be so fast that the year would be like a month, and the month like a day, and the day like an hour, and the hour like a second. And I feel that we are living in that time. So this feels like a dystopia, in all honesty. मेरा सवाल ये है कि हम बचपन से we live off of these stories, और फिर डिज्नी ने भी अपना रोल प्ले किया, we have got super heroes, again the basic good and bad की जो war है, जो जंग है. क्या हम अपनी इन मॉर्टल आंखों से या इस ज़मीन के जो जजमेंट डे पे है वो तो है, वो तो उस दिन तो ज़ाहिर दूध का दूध पानी का पानी हो जाएगा, लेकिन उससे पहले क्या हम लोग अपनी या हमारी अगली जनरेशंस, बिकॉज आई एम 41 राइट नाउ, आई डोंट हैव टू मच होप फॉर एक्चुअली बीइंग एबल टू सी द जीत ऑफ द गुड इन माई लाइफ. क्या हमारी ज़िंदगियों में या दुनिया के जो अर्थ ईयर्स हैं इनमें कभी अच्छाई की प्रॉपर जीत होगी और बुराई हारेगी? Yeah, this was all something that you fed on.
No, this is happening daily. At many instances, the truth prevails.
And crime does pay.
Crime does pay.
Crime does pay,
Yes,
okay.
crime does pay, and soon, inshallah, you will see in the coming few weeks, you will see the truth will prevail, inshallah. As far as this remedy is concerned, you can, these all people with all these questions, they can see this by their own selves, because after 32 years of medicine practice and 22 years of this remedy practice, I found hatred is the root cause of all the diseases, and the negative attributes and negative thought process, it hurts us, it makes our spirit very weak, and it makes it sick, and the body gets sick later on. So it is the spirit or the ruh which gets weaker initially. Once it is away from the positive approach towards life, the most positive, the most highest truth is Lord. The purest truth is Lord. So the ruh or the spirit belongs to it. So once the spirit is no more concentrating on the Lord, no more attached to the Lord, and it indulges itself into the other things, the worldly things, so it gets weaker, because it is away from its real source of energy, which is well within themselves, but they are not using that light for them.
Like the Superman in Kryptonite.
Yes. So once the ruh or the spirit gets weaker, the body gets weaker, and then the doctors can do many tests, and they can say you that you are suffering from this and this and this. The basic thing is, in the basic disease starts from here.
Your thoughts.
Yes, it is your thought process. So many people who are suffering from incurable diseases like cancer or like HIV or HbSAg, like myself HCV or any other diseases, and doctors told them, okay, you will know, you have no more cure, or we can't help you any more further. I just tell them, okay, clean your heart. Forgive for the sake of your Lord. So most of the time they open their eyes and they say, why should I forgive? I will not forgive. They are in so much hatred and in so much revengeful and so much hurt. They are not ready to forgive. So this unforgiven attitude is at the same time hurting themselves. So if I get convinced them that for the sake of your Lord, you forgive his sinful creatures, just pray for them. This is an additional demand. Pray for them, pray for your enemies, pray for your molesters. So, but if they do it, they get very fast positive cure, positive results, and they themselves are surprised.
So this could be laid out as a challenge to our viewers.
Yes.
They should try this.
They can try it, especially the people who are suffering from autoimmune diseases. This autoimmunity is always due to the extreme hatred and or revenge from their own near and dear blood relatives. The moment they start forgiving them, the moment they start praying for them, just for the sake of Allah, sake of their Creator, they will get immediate cure from well within themselves. Because Ar-Rahman is the most beneficent, the most merciful, the most kindest of all. So he forgives even, and he was trying to forgive the Pharaoh even, who was claiming to be a Lord in himself, and he was repeatedly sending Moses to him that tell him the truth and guide him and warn him. So he was repeatedly giving him chances.
Yes.
Apart from his male genocide acts and many other acts, still he was in love with him. Yes. Allah, our Creator, loves his creature more than moms.
He does.
Okay? And it is the mother who is not ready to ditch his sinful kid.
Especially the naughty one.
And the naughty one. They are more caring for them.
They're more worried about them.
Yes. So similarly, the Lord is more concerned about the sinfuls. That's why he sent so many prophets just to take care of these sinful people.
So many shepherds.
So many shepherds. So if you forgive his sinful creatures, like if you love a naughty kid, his mom will like you.
Absolutely.
So similarly, if you forgive his sinful creatures, you will get cured immediately.
Okay, so that brings me to the point as a doctor.
So forgive others, so you will be forgiven.
Oh,
this is an incentive.
Okay.
So that is truth, and you will see the triumph of truth.
This is blackmailing.
This is not blackmailing. This is kind of incentive and true path of love, a true path of Allah. I call Allah love. So for me, he is nothing but love, unconditional love.
And I guess when you are in a desperate enough state, you want an out, no matter what. So you will go all the miles, you will go all the distance to get your out from that situation, that you're in your predicament.
Yes.
So this brings me to the question, as a doctor, have you witnessed an actual evidence of humans possessing ruh or spirit? Like, since you are part of the ICU, you must have seen plenty of people, their souls transferring to the next realm and everything. Have you felt somewhere that you've really very strongly sensed a soul in someone about to pass on or living? Up to you. Have you ever felt that yes, there is medical or scientific evidence of humans possessing a soul, a ruh?
Many experiments they did, and we all are, as a scientist, convinced that many things we yet to know. So convincing, if you say there is no medical test to say, but there is something which is running your body, your thought process, which we call life.
Okay.
And it belongs to your heart. This I can tell you.
Okay, so the life force is in the heart.
In the heart,
not
in the brain.
Oh my God, this is a major myth buster right here.
So, because we found many patients in our ICUs, in our critical care, they are brain dead.
Okay.
for some injury due to some stroke or for any reason, any ischemic injury or toxic injury. So they are brain dead. Doctors declare them brain dead.
But they're alive.
But they are on ventilators with life support machines.
Right.
Their heart is still pumping. And in different countries, there are different laws how to deal with these people. So doctors are repeatedly telling their families that we have no cure for this dead brain. Although his pulse is going on, his heart is going on, he is partly breathing, but this breathing is through the machine. His brain is no more active, and the moment we remove this machine, he will die in 5 or 7 minutes or 10 minutes because his heart will not get further oxygen, and heart will ultimately also stop. So most of the family, they say, no, we will not let you stop this machine. So we will keep on waiting, and maybe there is a cure in the brain and he may start rebreathing on his own or like that. So till the brain is dead, we are asking them, please let us remove this machine, or we are asking in different parts of the world to different governments to make some laws, and there are certain laws. But still, to deal this situation since the era of this ventilator or artificial ventilation. But you cannot declare them dead.
Okay.
But the moment any human's heart is dead, heart stops, and you are keeping on doing the cardiac massage or CPR or whatever you do, but if you are unable to start the heart, apart from your all the efforts, the whole of the body is fine, his brain is fine there is no damage to the brain or any organ, but heart is no more there, we declare him dead.
So with that remedy, which I'm sure you've practiced in your ICU, are there any instances of people with a dead brain or a failed heart who came back to life?
Yes, many people with severe brain injury, or we considered them brain dead and we declared them.
Okay.
1 or 2 instances are there that his mother, she did not allow us to sign off him or her, and after 2 days or 3 days we convinced them or the other family that let us take off this machine, and he or she is no more there, and they are listening Surah Rahman, or the mother is listening Surah Rahman. At the same time she is saying that I am so faithful that my Lord will help and he will woke up one day or like this. So 2 times in my life this happened, that we took off the machine and the heart keeps on pumping for maybe 30 minutes, and we have to put them back on ventilator, although we were seeing no signs of breathing or anything else. So we have no explanation for that. So but next day or maybe after 2-3 days, the same mother says, I think I should let him go. I prayed to Allah, if it is in his benefit, then give him full life, or if it is now no more beneficial for him to live on, so I am saying to you, take him away with respect. So doctors, okay, you put off the machine, I am standing here, I want to see myself. And that day, if we put off the machine, the man goes within 5 minutes, heart stops. So I don't know whether it is mother's power or her conviction or her extreme love for her child, I don't know. But we have no explanation as far as the medical is concerned or any scientific thing. These things we do see in our daily lives most of the times. So many patients we saw getting cure from cancer or HIV or other things, incurable situations, even social dilemmas, through this remedy. It just proves that Lord is still there.
Thankfully.
And,
Thankfully. We are grateful for that.
It is Him who is calling the final shots.
Yes.
And it is not the humans.
I hear a very common phrase amongst the parents particularly. कि बाकी सब तो माँ के इख्तियार में होता है पर बच्चे का नसीब हमारे इख्तियार में नहीं. And they say it a bit woefully, you know, a little remorsefully. And with my passage of maturing as a parent, I realized that this is probably the biggest blessing कि Allah kept all that in His hands.
Yes.
Because as a mother, I would say my child gets the best food, gets the best spouse, is the best looking, the richest in the world. You know, where do all the other children
You are
go?
already seeing this is happening around.
Exactly.
So it is only the Almighty Lord
Who's creating
who
the
is
balance.
creating the balance and who is calling the final shots.
Alhamdulillah for that.
And for him, I think it's not a big deal.
Alhamdulillah. So everything is energy. Even
Yes.
the chairs that we're sitting on right now, I've read long time ago when I was in grade 10 that molecules के बीच में भी spaces होती हैं, and then the negative charge and the positive charge and all that. So energy is a part of everything, including the non-living apparently. So if energy is the main concern that we have, and universe is an echo of everything that we send out in it, how come? And I've seen a lot of good people suffer really badly despite sending out all the good possible as a human being in this universe. I've seen them always being paid in the currency of pain, betrayal, and hurt.
You are asking me about the kind people?
Yes.
And
The good people.
The good people.
Since universe is an
or
echo, and you know karma is such a huge concept in every religion pretty much. कि आप जो बोएंगे वही काटेंगे. Good goes around, what goes around comes around. और अच्छा करेंगे तो अच्छा ही होगा. But I have seen many examples of people who I have known personally enough कि मुझे उनके 22 hours का तो पता ही होगा कि वो जिंदगी में क्या करते होंगे. And them being as harmless as कि वो मक्खी को भी हाथ मार के नहीं मारते थे, मतलब मक्खी भी उनसे महफूज थी. And them just suffering and suffering relentlessly. इतना heartbreak, without a break, without a breather. They lost every single thing or person that they ever loved. And they वही दुनिया की नज़र में करबला की तरह it was a complete defeat that they suffered दुनिया के हिसाब से.
I will answer this thing have different attributes and different duties from the Lord.
Right.
So few humans are like sun.
Okay. Shams.
So they have to burn and burn and burn and burn. They have to give energy. They have to spread light, and for their own sake, they have to keep on burning. There is no night for them
Yes.
to rest.
Rest.
They have to keep on encircling around their path, around their main focus, around the order of their Lord. They are fully surrendered to whatever is happening to them. Few humans are just like sacrificial animals. They are like
That was not reassuring.
especially the empathetic attitude in themselves.
Okay.
So they have to, like moms, they have to keep on giving and giving and giving. So like saints and prophets, they are beacons of light. They are like sun shines, and they are like shams, or like
So they
sun.
burn and burn and
They keep on burn and burn, and they are the shepherds. Have you noticed that the sheep are the most innocent and rather idiot creatures to handle with? So
they can do mass suicides.
yes, they can do anything. So a shepherd has to walk on their behind side.
Yes.
He is not leading from the
He's
front.
not ahead.
ठीक?
Yes.
He is a backbencher
Yes.
in
He
their
has to
case.
protect them from-
See, he has to take care of them, and it's a very, very passionate and very, very you can say
Exhausting
job. But this is the kind of
Job that
training
you wanted.
Allah gave them. Most of them were shepherds
Yes.
in their
Yes,
initial
they
lives.
were. Yes, yes.
So this is how Allah trained them. This farming, or cultivating the land, and at the same time this shepherdhood. These all things involve so much faith in Lord and divine intervention, and with patience.
Yes.
You have to wait for it. So the people you are mentioning and asking me about them is that why they keep on suffering and why they are not getting reward in this world. Their reward is from their Lord. Like we are not giving any reward to sun. Which kind of reward we are giving to the sun?
I hope it's not Bitcoin.
Yes, and
Spiritual Bitcoins.
We not even offered him a single glass of water any day. Yes, nobody, even on the planet Earth, did anyone ever acknowledge his sun? Did we ever ask him, "Oh, sun, you must be tired," or have you slept ever? So there is no night for you, and do you need a glass of water?
I do in winters. In winters I do, because I suffer from sad seasonal, that depression thingy. So every day I wake up, I take a peek. If the sun is not there, I go back into my bed and I'm like, sun, please come out. I pray for it to come out.
Now you need it.
Yeah,
so
out of need.
That's
yes.
in the out of need
yes,
is there.
Yes,
so
yes.
then you have to acknowledge
it.
it.
Without it, it's light.
Otherwise, we take it for granted. And in the sunny days, in the June,
you
will curse it.
Why are you so hot
this
today?
is how humans are. So, but the same is true for many humans. So different humans are doing different duties. So if you are a giving hand and you are kind and you are passionate and you are loving, you are humble, keep on living like this with a gratitude. Always stay in gratitude.
Because
so
you could
this
have
is
been
all from Almighty.
Exactly, you could have had the opposite role as well. You could have been the oppressor as well instead of the oppressed.
So always stay in gratitude. Always live gratitude.
Totally. Your
this is my final message.
Your mug says the same. We're going to come to more messages from you. It says inhale love, exhale gratitude.
Exhale gratitude, yes. Inhale love, exhale gratitude. And love is Allah. Okay.
There's no better definition.
So mother is Allah, or Allah is mother. You can't say it like this. This religion will not allow you. But this Allah Himself says that I loves you more than your moms.
Yes.
So when He want us to understand His love, He gave the example of mom's love.
Yes.
Okay.
So from the oppressed and oppressor, there's a certain oppressed, seemingly, like I said, worldly wise, a certain oppressed person whose name you cannot take, just like Harry Potter, whose name cannot be taken. You should probably just call him an Acha Insan, just give him that tag so that everybody knows. Recently a development took place where it seems that justice is not only delayed, but has been completely denied. How do you view this situation, and how do you view the future that we might be heading at as a country, as a nation, and as people who are rooting for good? It's a bit heartbreaking.
If I am picking rightly whatever you are mentioning,
yes.
This man is not a new man to me. Once this man has to drink the poison, and they called his name at that time was
Socrates.
Many a times this man appears and reappears. You cannot kill him. Okay, you cannot kill him. You murder him in many ways, but he lives on. He lives on. He keeps on living, right from Karbala till today. So I told you, truth will prevail in the end, inshallah. And these are just political gimmicks. Whatever you are mentioning, I can see clear light signs on the horizon. Dawn is about to happen.
Inshallah. So, on a lighter note, what is your favorite color?
Green.
Okay. What is your favorite food?
Fruits.
Fruits, okay. So what is one thing that you can't live without?
Allah.
Okay. Who is your favorite Lollywood actress? Lollywood, Pakistani. This is a trick question.
No, I don't know whether she ever worked in Pakistani movie or not, but recent times I like very much Sabah Kamar.
Oh, okay.
I don't know whether she worked in the movie or not, in Pakistani movie or not. Her acting and
she's done some really good dramas, I've heard.
Her beauty and her brains as well.
Yes.
I have heard few of her monologues,
Okay.
maybe. And in the past, Neeli.
Oh yeah, yes. Very attractive.
When I was in college days.
Not traditionally beautiful, but very attractive.
Yes,
Yes.
I found her. Lollywood, you said.
Yes.
So I did not saw many movies, but Neeli I can remember.
Okay. And what is your favorite music genre?
Favorite music is violin.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow, I don't think a lot of people know that about you.
Yes.
Okay, from music, because I was expecting you would probably say Qawwali, considering the spiritual aspect of it. A recent thing happened. A video went viral of a musician, of a singer, very renowned singer, who seemed to be carrying a very big legacy of a very big name. And he was brutal, to say the least, with the person who was either his employee or his student. There are multiple, names that he's giving him. He beat him like an animal. He beat his face with a shoe. The guy was taller, and the person who was hitting him was shorter. But he was acting like such a Pharaoh that he literally went out of his body to, do all that damage to him. These things happen. They are released or leaked or they come on the media. Then, because the affluent person or the affluent party has the power, the money, the say, the fame, the weight behind them, whatever you want to call it, they come up with the most fantastical story, better than a fairy tale. I would say Disney should hire them for script writing. And they get away with all of this.
I did saw part of that movie, that video clip, and their explanation I did saw. Main thing is, any one of us, I am not supporting or objecting on that part of movie or that video clip or that particular incident. We all should think about our own selves. This is era of this camera in every hand.
Yes.
So most of the parents, when they are hitting their kids, or most of us when they are suddenly hit by chingchi to their brand new car, or in any fit of anger, if someone made our movies, most of us are doing the same. And plus, if that man was under the effect of any narcotic or sedative, so again he will lose his consciousness, or his inhibitions are no more there. So I don't know the exact incidents, how much big loss that man has done to him, or what was the issue, or whether this is a routine behavior of that man, whatever it is there. That need to be addressed as a nation. Why we are so much violent?
Yes.
Why
absolutely.
we get so much aggressive? I would say even this is a lesser word.
Yes.
So
we become like animals.
Yes. Animals may mind this.
That's true.
They
At
do
the rate
have,
we are going,
they do have certain rules.
they're going to give a disclaimer.
Yes, even in jungles,
Yes.
there are family laws,
Yes.
there are territory laws,
And there's a
and they
hierarchy.
respect it.
Yes.
So whether they mark it with their pee or whatever, but their laws are there.
They stand by it.
They stand by it.
Whether it be the pee.
So we all humans that's why I say you need to be humbled all the time, and the only way to keep yourself a humble person is to remember your Lord.
When you know that someone is superior to
Someone is already superior to you, and he can take you to the cleaners as well. So,
a powerful superior.
Powerful superior is there.
Yes.
So whatever you are doing to others, you will have to face the same coin. So it is better to stay humble, and even while punishing others, we have to be wise.
Yes,
this is throughout a lecture, throughout practice of our saints and our prophets, that even while taking revenge,
yes,
most of them forgave. Our prophet forgave, and forgave. And even his slave refused to go back to his family even after getting independence, or his shekels of slavery were no more there, and his father came, and they were ready to pay any amount or whatever his cost was. But he himself refused to leave the prophet. Just why? He was not ready to go to his family, but he was a servant, and not a servant, he was a slave.
Yes.
So slave is a worst kind, with no rights. And suddenly he found that he is son of a very wealthy family, very respectable family, and they are ready to take him back, and they are paying the money, and he refused. Why? He was also a servant, a slave, and he was also a master. So that singer and all the other masters,
yes,
right from your top brass,
yes,
whether chief of high court or supreme court or army or navy or whatever powerhouses are, or prime minister or president or king or chief of any organization. The best example for all of them is the best human.
Absolutely.
So when they are doing this, when we are doing this, that means we are no more near him. We are no more looking at him. We are no more in love with him. We are no more on his path. So we are just claiming to be Muslims or peacefuls, but we are not, and that's shameful.
Not in practical life.
This is shameful, and this is dangerous at the same time. These are behaviors of society becoming rampant just because of injustice. And our new Lord is wealth,
yes,
power, or
also starts with an A.
America. Yes, I am open to say that they are the biggest hypocrites, not the American nation.
No,
but
rulers.
The rulers or the
they're powerful people.
Not powerful people, they are the hypocrites.
Yes.
This is not the power. Power is to control your power.
Yes. And serve the weak.
And serve the weak.
Not trample on them.
It is to control first your own self. Power is when the Maula Ali was about to kill a person
yes.
in the war,
yes.
in the battle of truth and falsehood, yes. or in the battle of truth and kufr, still good and evil, yes. still the man spit on his face and he suddenly left him.
That's personal.
I many times thought about
yes.
it. You cannot,
amazing
how you will, you are about to kill a man yes. in a war,
yes.
and he is just under your power, you just grabbed him, and now it's your
just
sword is over here,
yes.
and suddenly he spits on you, and this force and that fit of anger, you will not wait. And what a reflex and self-control. Yes. This is bar. This is bar.
And this is the accountability.
ठीक है? And you have to if you believe really that Allah exists, then you will believe in the accountability.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, I am sorry to say, we all say we believe in Allah, but we don't. If the camera is there on the red light, on the traffic signal, or anywhere, if the camera is there, we are cautious and we are abiding by the law.
Yes.
And if the camera is no more there, we will break the traffic signal even. But the Allah is all seeing and all hearing and always there.
24/7.
But we are not fearing Him.
We are in CCTV 24/7.
Yes, we are in CCTV, but we don't believe in it. In fact, we don't believe in it. And that's why these things are happening.
Yes, when there's no fear.
No fear.
So I feel that Allah, in our religion, in our culture, also in our books, the Islam that we're taught in school and otherwise, even in our houses, we are either taught to fear Allah or we are taught to be greedy towards Him. Either we are afraid of Him, that oh my God, I've done this, now He'll punish me, so I should do this to just fix that. Or I want. The main ingredient, the main point, the focal point of, I believe, our creation, of our souls, of this world, was to love Him.
Yes.
And that just...
The true love which you have for your moms.
Yes.
If you have true love to your mom or even your beloved, you have one fear, that he or she should not be angry with you.
Absolutely.
So any of your gesture may not hurt him.
Absolutely.
Or make him angry.
Absolutely.
So if you have this bond with your Creator, like your mothers, so you will be more comfortable, you will be more powerful, and at the same time you will be more humble as well.
True.
And kind enough for others.
True.
So that is the true belief.
True. So is reincarnation a concept? Because you do get to hear that, for example, Hinduism believes that they are born in different forms, etc., etc. But in Islam, is there a concept of reincarnation? You being born in the human form maybe, but a different human?
No. Humans, in Islam, if you're asking me Islam, better to ask from some real religious scholar. But as far as a doctor, my understanding is concerned, before my birth in this world, I was in the womb of my mom, and that was another form.
Right.
Even before that, I was in the form of a sperm, maybe, in the spine of my father.
Right.
So before that, where was I? So we don't know. But I still exist at that time.
Yes.
And after my death of this body, I transform, intakal hai ye.
Yes.
This is a transformation from this world to another next world. And there, I think still, till the last day of judgment, I still have to perform some duty. So that will be another transformation, but not like this humanly body.
Okay.
It will be another transformation, and still I have to serve. I have to do something even at there. It will not be a useless living.
Okay, so you mean that we're not going to be lounging next to a lake of wine, maybe non-alcoholic, with burgers and things, growing as fat as we possibly can, and just lounging there looking at beautiful looking people? No?
It depends on these 30, 40, 50,
What
60,
we
70
do.
years over here.
Okay.
So whatever we did it, I think it will pay back
Okay.
very soon.
Karma
Yeah,
happening in
karma.
paradise.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay. One thing I would like you to say from your heart to your family, your wife and your children, that you have not said till this day, on this point in time.
I love them, adore them, respect them, but above all, I am so much thankful to all of them for their patience, for their parents, and their care towards me. I think they are the people. And right from my parents, my siblings, my wife and my kids, and all the other my nephews and nieces and sister-in-laws, my in-laws and my outlaws, and my friends and my colleagues and my patients even. Although you asked me for only my
yes.
wife and kids, but
Yes. Because I felt that with your very very busy schedule, I think those are the closest who get affected the most. That's what I meant with that.
I personally think that these all people, they are so much kind and gracious and benevolent towards me, and so much grateful towards me, and so much gracious towards me and benevolent towards me. I am indebted to them. I still have to pay back towards humanity, right from my family to my patients and all the other humans. It is coexistence, and I personally think they did more towards me, and I am still lacking a lot. So, to all of my family and my friends, my colleagues, my patients, my countrymen, and my fellows on the planet Earth, we are coexisting, and we all are beneficial to each other. But I do admit that you people are more benevolent towards me, and I personally admit that I am not that much dutiful or beautiful towards you people. I may have harmed you or may have disappointed you most of the times, and may not be up to the mark most of the times. I tried to pay back the same love, but I couldn't, I do admit. So, especially my friends, for the last few years, I am not giving that much time. And to my family, all I can say is, I am sorry. Please forgive me. Wherever I lacked, wherever I couldn't respond timely, wherever I should have been there and I was not there, or I was not up to the mark. I wish before leaving this planet Earth, at least there should be no human or creature who is having any regret or heartful feelings from my side, or I beg a pardon from them well before time. Please forgive me, because I was an ordinary human and not a very wise or a very tricky person. So tried my way to live on this planet Earth, peaceful life, but maybe most of the times I was not. Maybe on the road, while driving or while walking, I was arrogant. I may have hurt most of you while doing duties, or as an administrator, as a boss, as elder. So please forgive me if I ever hurt you. Thank you.
With this beautiful message of forgiveness, self-accountability, I think that we all will look a little deeper, hear a little with more attention, and show more compassion to all those around us. I think that we need to have more of this conversation. I hope that you learned or picked something from this, or felt some level of healing in the discussion that we had. Maybe some questions were answered, maybe new questions were born. For both, in any case, inshallah, we'll be having more of this. Take care of yourselves. Thank you very much. Love and light always.